Paul, in his letter to the Galatians, said, I see that you observe days and months and seasons and years. I am afraid I have labored over you in vain. Now here we are, this crowded week of observing these different days. And this is the season, and actually it's the year. What did Paul give to the world? What he gave to the world is this, that the Spirit of God and the human imagination are one. He said, we did not receive the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is from God, that we may understand the gifts bestowed upon us by God. Here is the one that became the many, that the many may become the one. For one must be all, and comprehend within itself all things, both small and great. Everything in the world, all that I behold, though it appears without, it is within, in my imagination, of which this world of mortality is but a shadow. So when we are told, if I be lifted up, I will lift all men and draw all men unto me. Now we are told he is lifted up. Therefore all men are already redeemed. But they have to experience it within themselves. They are already redeemed. But in this world of mortality, this must be now, I would say, repeated within the individual. For he must contain and experience all within himself. There is only God in this world. God only acts and is in existing beings or men. Now let me share with you a story that was given to me last Friday night. This lady's husband's name is Ray. When I use the word Ray, I am speaking of her husband. She said, last year, Ray said to me, it's going to cost $1,000 to put on a roof, a new roof. We need the roof, but it'll cost $1,000. She didn't say they could not afford it. She just said, I saw the new roof. Right then and there, I saw the new roof. Then she said, I was working at my sewing machine. It's an old one, but it was adequate. It did the job. But I would like a new one, she said. And so I imagined a new one. It was the old one, but I imagined the new one. Then I was putting away my tape recorder, and I felt how heavy this thing is. I would like a new, lightweight one. I put the old one away, the heavy one, but I thought I would like a new one that is light of weight. So I put it away, the new one that was light of weight. Then she said, Ray said to me, my new shoes hurt. He just bought them and they were hurting. Well, I wanted him to have shoes that did not hurt. That's in my imagination. All this was last year. Then came the turn of the calendar year, and we had a robbery. No, they didn't steal the roof, but they took the other movable objects. And this past week, I got a settlement from the insurance company, pardon me, for $2,050 odd. I now have my nice new sewing machine. I have my nice lightweight tape recording. Ray's shoes do not hurt. And there is money for the roof and much, much, much left over. Now, who instigated the robbery? Now, on Friday you will hear, if you go to service, there are 7 words on the cross. 3 taken from Luke, 3 from John, and 1 from Matthew and Mark. It's the same one from Matthew and Mark, which is the 4th one. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? That's the one taken from these 2 Gospels. But the first one used on the cross is from Luke. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Everything is moving under compulsion. No one sees the invisible causation. No one sees the invisible imaginal acts that is putting pressure upon everyone who is bent in a certain direction to perform the needed act to produce the imaginal act that is completely unseen by the world. Here, every natural act, natural effect, has a spiritual cause and not a natural. A natural cause only seems. It is a delusion of the fading vegetable memory. Now, in her letter to me, she said, these things I remember. They were all last year, but I remember them. In her case, she is blessed that she could remember when Ray said to her, it's going to cost $1,000 to put on the new roof, and I saw the new roof, even though at the moment, maybe, we thought we could not now afford the new roof. When I used my sewing machine, it was adequate, it was good, it did the job, but I would like a new one, and I saw a new one. And when I put away my tape recording, it's all right, it was adequate, but it was heavy when I put it away. I thought, I've seen all these nice, new, lightweight ones, and I would like a nice, lightweight one, good one. Now she said, I have all of them. I have my nice, new, lightweight, my new machine, Ray's shoes, they do not hurt, and the roof will be a new one. The money is there, and much left over. So the first cry on the cross, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. They're all asleep, moving under compulsion. And men and women, unwittingly, most of them, some wittingly, are setting the whole thing in motion. And they're simply moved. So someone given to the feeling of getting something for nothing, so he takes the tape recorder. If he sells it for anything, that's profit. It costs him nothing. No matter what it cost her, whatever he could get for it, that was sheer profit. If he goes out and finds something that he stole for $100, and he could move it quickly for $15, and one gets a bargain, he made $15. It cost him nothing. His investment was nothing. And there are those in the world who think that way. They're all passing through the furnaces. So the first word on the cross, a word on the cross does not mean a single word. It's a completed thought. So the shortest word is, I thirst. But there are 2 words. Then the next one from John is, it is finished. There are 3 words, all right? Still, it is 1 word when you take the 7 words. So the first word is from Luke. Father, forgive them, they know not what they do. And then comes Luke's second, then comes John's first, then comes Matthew and Mark, and then comes two from John, and then Luke completes it. Father, into thy hands I commit my spirit. But when he said, and this little punctuation mark has been pushed around in the second word on the cross, which is from Luke, and the thief turns to him and asks him to have mercy on him. And he said, behold, I say unto you, today thou shalt be with me in paradise. Well, you could alter the punctuation mark and put the comma after today. But no, leave it just as it is. Behold, I say unto you, today thou shalt be with me in paradise. This is now resurrection. And I, when I am lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. For all things are in my own wonderful human imagination. And I am all imagination. So when I am lifted up, I draw all. At the very moment, I draw them all with me. But they individually must have the experience that I have had. But they are already redeemed because I took them up with me. Because all things exist in the human imagination. And anyone who is resurrected, well, he can't be resurrected and leave behind him any part of himself. So the whole vast world is raised up with him. I am telling you from experience, the heavenly chorus sing when this thing took place. They sing the fall, actual fall into division, and the resurrection into unity. They sing it out. And then the regeneration through resurrection from the dead. They actually sing it out. And the words, it is finished, I heard it, but I didn't sing it. The heavenly chorus sang it. When I walked by and everyone was made perfect as I was perfect. And then at the very end, the chorus sang out, it is finished. That was the sixth word on the cross. And the last one is when this garment comes off. And that is the 31st Psalm, the 5th verse. Into thy hands I commit my spirit. Complete the verse. Thou hast redeemed me, O Lord, faithful God. That was the promise at the beginning. I would fall into division and become fragmented, dwelling in awe, that not a thing in this world could be apart from me. Because how could I be apart from something that I'm going to influence? Because all things by a law divine in one another's being mingled. If I'm not penetrating you now, I couldn't see you. You couldn't hear me if I did not penetrate you and you penetrate me. So all things by a law divine in one another's being mingled. So when I am lifted up, I take with me my entire universe, my whole vast world, knowing that every one that is now shadowed in that world will have a repetition of the same experiences. For one fell into division, and then resurrected into unity, bringing all back together into the one. So in her case, I can't tell you how thankful I am that she shared it with me. That she could now actually feel that the robbery, which seemed at the moment as a shock, she lost the tape recorder, she lost this, all the movable objects. And then came the settlement from the insurance company for $2,050, which replaced these with the new ones, all the light ones, and enough to put on the roof. and then still left over. So, Father, forgive them. Yes, the thieves of thieves. It's yourself pushed out anyway. Here someone is tonight accused for stealing maybe what? A little cup or a saucer. And yet the bank where I bank, United California Bank, they're still looking for the internal thief who stole $50 million last year from their subsidiary in Basel, in Switzerland. $50 million. And they know it all is on the inside. It can only be on the inside by trusted employees. They think they can bring it down to six trusted employees. They can't quite put their fingers on it because in Switzerland there are all these strange hidden accounts. But they are missing $50 million. So someone goes into the bank and holds it up and gets $1,000, and we balloon the whole thing. The other thing is hush-hush. Here is a bank in Illinois a few months ago, close to $7 million, and they still can't quite put their finger on how it happened on the inside. No one came in and robbed them. And we speak of the little shoplifting on the outside, and the poor little girl goes off to jail, or the little boy goes off to jail. I'm not condoning it. If you could stop the investment from the inside, your dividends would jump from its present little 3% or 4% to 20%. If you could only stop it from the inside. All things happen, really, in the true sense of the word, from the inside. So that every so-called act in the outer world that seems so, well, a cause in itself. May I tell you, every natural effect has a spiritual, imaginal cause, and not a natural. A natural cause only seen is a delusion of what? The fading memory. Man can't quite remember. Pardon me. Luckily, she remembered when Ray said we could use and need a new roof. But it will cost $1,000, and so that's put into the future. She remembered when he complained the new shoes were hurting. In her mind's eye, she revised it instantly, at that moment. The roof and the shoes. When she worked on her machine, she revised it. It was adequate, but she said, I have a new machine, sewing machine. And putting the heavy tape recorder away, she wanted a new one that was light of weight, and she revised it, and she got, in her mind's eye, a lightweight new tape recorder. Then she goes home one day to find the house had been robbed. She had carried insurance, so she brought in the insurance, and here they paid her the $2,000, which replaced all these things in a new way. So I tell you, this story is the greatest story ever told. There's no story like it. But Christianity needs forever and forever to be saved from secular history. It is not secular history. It's the history of your own wonderful human imagination. God and your own imagination are one. They're one. You are an immortal being. You cannot die. Because you're all imagination. And when you actually know it from experience, then you can wipe your tears. Nothing can pass away. You may not see them with a mortal eye, touch them with a mortal hand, but they are in a world just as real as this. Just as real. Continuing the journey until they reach that moment in time when they are resurrected. And then their scattered body begins to be collected, and are gathered together into one. So one must be all, and comprehend within himself all things, both great and small. And you are that one that actually fell. And then, in falling, you became fragmented. You became divided into the unnumbered parts, and each seems to be independent of you as you look out on it. You're only looking out on yourself pushed out. And your whole vast world must make real your unknowing imaginal acts, or your knowing imaginal acts. I ask you to trust this teaching. Believe in your imaginal acts. You may not see it tonight or tomorrow, but believe in it. Actually assume the most glorious thing in the world for yourself or any aspect of yourself. Trust it. And that imaginal act, if it takes 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 of your projected selves, will use them to make that thing become real in your world. As she said in her letter to me, you may call it imagination, or some may call it thought. But this I do know, having remembered what I did last year, I can say it does produce reality. As I've told you time and time again, imagining creates reality. Yet all the objective facts of the world are produced through imagination. There isn't a thing that you can name in this world that wasn't first imagined. But you can veto it the minute you imagine it. You can say, as she could have said, we can't afford it, and stop it. She didn't say we can't afford the